Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make cake pops today. The first thing you have to do is make the cake just as directed on the back of the box. I use Betty Crocker for chocolate or vanilla, and I like Red Velvet by Duncan Hines. And you can choose whichever one you like. And cooled off, you break it up into little crumbs and you put it into your mixer. If you don't have a mixer, you can put it into a bowl and then use the handheld mixer. So you break up the cake into tiny little crumbs. The first thing I do is put this in, turn it on speed 1 or low, and mix it around just a little bit. It may spray out some crumbs here and there, so what I suggest to do is put a towel over the whole thing. I have the mixer on and I have a towel over it to avoid all the little crumbs that can spit out of the machine. I do this for about a couple of seconds or so, and then I'm going to stop it and add the icing. See that the crumbs are so much more tinier than they were before. And I'm going to add the icing a little bit at a time. Start with this much. And just throw it in here just like that. Put this down and start it out on low again. When the icing starts to make the cake crumbs a bit stickier is when I would say that I've had enough icing. I think I'm going to add a little bit more. Icing. I don't like to add too much icing because then it makes it too moist and then it'll flow off the stick as you try to dip it in the chocolate. You are the only one that can determine how much icing you want to add into your cake pops. So as you can see, it's starting to get stickier. And kind of getting like a dough-like feeling. You can see it's like this will make it very smooth. So I probably am not going to add any more. I also taste a bit. I think that's the right amount of icing for me. Now I'm going to take little pieces, and you could do about a spoonful and roll them into balls just like meatballs. When you're making the balls, you just grab a little bit. This is how much I grabbed, and I squeeze it up for a few seconds and then start rolling them. You want the most smoothest balls so that way when the chocolate's on it, you're not going to have any issues and clumps. And you can make about 25 to 30 balls out of each cake batter. So I've reached the end of all of my vanilla cake batter, and these are my 26 cake balls. I'm going to now do the same thing with my chocolate cake batter that I have. Chocolate cake, I'm going to do the same exact thing because I have an order for 50, half and half vanilla and chocolate, for an engagement party. I also want to show you that when I take the cake out, I kind of do this to the edges so that way I don't get anything that is like burnt into the crumbs, because you don't want any of that as part of your crumbs. So I'm gonna cut this up and throw it into my mixer. All of our cake pieces are in here, and we're going to do the same thing we did with the vanilla cake. We're going to put on the piece onto our mixer, and then we're gonna mix. Now we got it all nice and soft, and we're gonna add the icing. Some cakes are different than others, so you have to keep in mind that the same amount of icing that you use for vanilla might not necessarily be the same amount that you use for a different cake. Every cake is different in moisture. I think I'm going to add a little more icing to it. See, it's starting to form like dough again, and even the mixer kind of like slows down a little bit. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to see if this is the consistency that I want. It seems pretty good. I like to taste it, you know, play around with it for like a second. I think it's good. I'm gonna go with what consistency it is right now. I'm gonna start making the balls for this. Balls are rolled. They didn't all fit in here, but like I was telling you guys before, the chocolate cake batter made 29 balls and the vanilla only made 26. So that's why you gotta keep in mind, sometimes you can make anywhere between 25 to 32 balls depending on the cake. Now I am going to cover this with a lid, cover this with tin foil, and put it into the refrigerator. And stay tuned for on how to dip them.